The name of my business is Luna and Star Apothecary. I wanted to burn candles, but a lot of the candles out there are very toxic, and beeswax candles were expensive, so it started, my husband bought me a candle making kit, and just kind of started from there. There's 3 types of candle waxes out there. There's paraffin, which is derived from petroleum, oil, and coal, and most of your candles out there use paraffin. The next wax that you find out there is soy. Soy is not the best for the land because the way it has to be grown is it's grown as a monocrop, which means that they're taking vast amount of land and planting just one crop, and because it's a monocrop they have to spray it with pesticides. So that's not healthy for the soil. The soil's being depleted of nutrients, and that's not great for, ironically, the bees. A good example of monocropping failure was the potato famine in Ireland. You have acres and acres of potatoes, and a blight comes along, it's going to wipe out that whole crop because it's like a feeding frenzy. You can't get an organic soy candle. Even if it says organic, they're bleaching away the impurities. Which brings me to beeswax, which is a little bit pricier, but you know, you get what you pay for. It's long lasting because it has a higher melting point. Ancient Egyptians have been burning beeswax candles. The Vatican requires all Catholic churches burn beeswax candles. Yep, because monks have tended to the beehives, and they also made mead, which is honey wine. What we have here is a 20-pound block of local organic beeswax. I take this block down into the basement, and I get a hammer and chisel, and I just chisel. I have to really pound it. I usually, I have it on a table down there.
Do you have to pound hard? Is it really solid?
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Okay.
And I break it up into chunks and just put them in bags.
Okay.
Options you could do is you can either get beeswax in pellets, where they're little pellets. It's already done for you. That's more costly because someone's already doing the work for you. Or you can get it in bulk like this at a local beeswax farm. All right, so we have our broken up wax. I'm going to be measuring about 11 ounces on my scale here because the mold that I'm going to be using holds about 11 ounces, and the reason I know it holds 11 ounces when I purchased the mold, that's what it said. Okay, so you actually want to put a little bit more because some evaporates as it's melting. Okay, so this is called
double boiler?
Yeah, double boiler. So I'm just, see, there's already a little bit of wax in there from the last time I did it, which is fine. Just put the heat on like medium. This is gonna take maybe about 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Would it ever start to boil?
No, it doesn't boil. These are molds and cotton wicks.
Do you have an online place that you recommend or like to go to, or
Better Bee?
Better Bee.
Yeah, it's called Better Bee. So it has an opening here. So when it's all hardened, you need that opening. So what I have here is what's called a bow tie wick bar, and this centers and holds the wick. This is called a metal wicking needle. Put it through this, and you can order this online also. A metal wicking needle, and there's a there will be a tiny little hole there already when you purchase the mold. So you just put it through there.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Aha.
And then you just kind of want to get it set up. So you want to put an elastic around here that holds.
Yeah.
Holds it this seam together. And then just get the wick down. And then you get your bow tie wick bar. And I just use like a little piece of tape. Hold that. You just make sure it's like centered. And that's it. It's interesting. It seems like always when I get to the critical point of pouring the hot wax, my husband suddenly needs to ask me a question from 2 rooms away.
As I always say, men.
So what I do is I put it on a hot plate. The wax is melted, so I took it out of the pot and I put it on a hot plate. And this next step is you just want to put in a thermometer. It's probably going to read like around 200 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to wait at least like 10 minutes for it to come down to 150 degrees. And that's the temperature you want to pour.
150.
Yeah, yes.
What's the deal with adding color to beeswax?
I mean, I haven't experimented with it only because I love the look of it already. I'm kind of a traditionalist.
But they can come in other colors.
Yes.
Okay.
It has to be added, of course.
Okay, yes.
The natural color is the color that you see, that honey color.
Okay. It's amazing how it smells. You can smell... What am I smelling, honey? I believe I'm smelling honey.
Yeah. I mean, I can make these scented. I have added essential oils.
And if you were to add an essential oil, when would you do that?
At this point.
Okay. A couple
And then
of
I
drops.
have like a wooden skewer, and just kind of mix it a little. You want to wait until the wax is cooled before you add the essential oil. So I'm going to pour it into my mold and go just slowly. Okay, that's it. And I do have a mold here to show you. This is a little honeybee. So you just cut it right there.
Oh my God, you're like Martha Stewart. That's gorgeous.
Before you burn it, you want to just trim it to about maybe like a 1/4 of an inch or half.
You do want to trim the wick.
Yeah.
Sharon, thank you so much. So the company is Luna
and Star Apothecary, and you can find these beeswax candles in Paper Moon, which is an artesian gallery in Newburyport, Massachusetts. And I hope I've inspired you to make your own candles or to purchase beeswax candles.